Well, taking pictures of your pets can be difficult, but then you see pictures like this on Instagram and you're like, what the heck am I doing wrong? Just capturing them, even looking at the camera is tough, let alone capturing their personality that you know about, but maybe other people don't see. Now, there is one Tampa-based photographer who's kind of discovered the secret, and he's here and he's using photos to help raise money for animal charities. So joining me this morning, right next to me, Adam Goldberg, owner of a Gold Photo Pet Photography. And we stole our producer's pup. This is Brady, belonging to Sarah. I'm sorry that Brady is named after Tom Brady, but that's a discussion for another day. Brady's in studio, and you're going to help us with a few tips to maybe take pictures of Brady. And Brady's a good example. Right off the bat, some folks can't really take pictures of dark pets. They don't know what goes into that.
Right. Lighting, when it comes to photography, is probably one of the most important things. And if you don't have good lighting, then you're not going to be able to get a good photo, even if you know how to use your camera properly.
What if you're just, trying to get the dog to even focus on you to take a photo in general?
Yeah, so the first and most obvious is probably treats, right?
Yeah.
And then the other is I get on their level. Here, come here, boy. And then I have a squeaker in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Good boy. Sit, stay. And then you get on.
Good
Stay.
boy. We got
Good
plenty
boy.
of those.
Sit. Good boy.
So I hear your shutter going crazy.
Yeah.
iPhones have burst photo and stuff like that. Are you trying to take just as many pictures as humanly possible?
Yeah, so when I first started, I was just hitting that shutter button and hoping something would come out.
Yep.
But now I use the fast shutter speed to get action shots, which you're about to see, but I throw treats in the air and get their tongue sticking out with peanut butter, but I'm able to use the fast shutter to capture that action.
So your signature here, as we take a look at these photos, is the gray background, just unwavering gray background. Yet all these photos for the dull background, forgive my choice of words, all have personality in them. How are you doing that?
Right, so I started out knowing that I didn't want to do props or hats or holiday photos. I started out doing adoption photos at a shelter, and I really wanted the personality to show to get more attention to them, to get them adopted. And then I left my job at the shelter, took a corporate job and just hated it. So I started taking adoption photos and it just worked out, and people saw the photos, wanted photos for themselves. And then I turned that into fundraising events and raised about $78,000 so far.
And now you just love your work, I would assume.
Absolutely love it, yeah.
So quick question here. We'll do two different levels. For like the obsessed pet photographer that maybe has a digital SLR camera and is saying, oh, my pictures just aren't coming out right. What's like the first thing that you would look at?
So if you're looking to upgrade your camera, if you have like a lower end model, I would upgrade the lens or the glass.
Okay.
The glass is probably the most piece of equipment that'll affect your quality. And then once you get a little better, if you're making money from it, then upgrade the body to get a faster shutter speed.
So upgrading the glass, for a basic understanding, would you go, what would you look for? What's the number that you would look for on the
Sure,
lens?
so for a portrait lens, which is the style that I'm doing, this is a 50 millimeter, also known as the Nifty 50.
Okay, that's easy.
And they're about $150, super cheap. Then there's lenses that I have that are in the thousands, so there's a big range.
$150 is like, when you're buying a $500 camera, it's really not that big of a deal. What about iPhone people? Like, people who are just using their smartphone.
Yeah, so the majority of pet owners love taking photos of their pets with their smartphone. What I would recommend is if you're doing it inside, try and go outside, get that sunlight, and then go ahead and get on their level. Rather than shooting from top down,
Top down, right.
You want to get low like you saw me do earlier.
Okay, Adam Goldberg, thank you very much. Where can we find more of these photos?
Sure, on Instagram, agoldphoto, and then my website, agoldphoto.com.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Appreciate the tips.
Yeah.
We'll tweet out the picture of Brady a little bit later on, and we'll see what you captured.
Sounds
there.
good.
All right, we're going to send it over to Sam. Sam?
Can I ask a question to Adam really quickly?
We know you're a pet mom, yes.
Yes. What are some of the funniest photo bloopers that you have ever had when you've taken a photo shoot with a dog?
Because my camera shutters so fast, I get a lot of eyes closed photos, and those look like the dog is meditating or just frustrated. So that's
too many photos.
Yeah, that's because you don't see your dog unless they're sleeping,
Yep.
but you don't see it too often. So it's a nice thing to capture.
Cool.
That's awesome. All right. Thanks so much. I just had